up and down to everyone. Who did it? Who did it? Who did it? And then you hear this Oklahoma voice go, "Hey man, shut the up." Okay, I got it. So it's a well-documented story of the plane ride from hell. Everybody knows about it, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you remember when we landed and we're all on the tarmac of Newark Airport or wherever we landed? We're all waiting on the side of the plane, waiting to get our passports.
Yeah, I think it was Hartford. I think.
Wherever we flew into. Who knows?
We didn't fly into a normal airport because of some reason I don't remember what happened. Well, it wasn't.
I don't remember. I was drugged.
No kidding. Yeah. We all were. But so everybody's tore up. All of the stories that you've heard, you guys were there. It's all true.
All true, yeah.
So we're all standing in line. We're all shot. We had to go to TV in like 4 hours. And there was a certain TV agent that was very upset about a haircut that occurred to him. I assume you all know what we're talking about.
Free bird.
He might know how to moonwalk.
Yeah. Well, he comes down the stairs and the whole line of the boys are standing there just tore up and exhausted.
Yeah, I was part of that line.
Yeah, and yeah. Michael was batshit crazy. "Oh, cut my hair, I'm gonna kick his ass, who did it?" He's going up and down to everyone. Who did it? Who did it? Who did it? And then you hear this Oklahoma voice go, "Hey man, shut the fuck up." And do you guys remember A Bronx Tale?
JR said that.
Yep.
It wasn't JR.
Do you guys remember A Bronx Tale? I was thinking of this. When you've seen the movie, right? When he's the motorcycle guys are in the bar and the guy locks the door and he's like, "Now you can't leave." Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You guys know that story?
Yeah.
There's a line like, in that second, all the strength and power in him drained. And when Michael turned, because he was he was batshit crazy. He was going to go after whoever said it. And he turned around and he saw one Mr. Brisco, and his face went. and you could see him thinking about it for about a half second. And then he turned his back and he went up and down the line. "Who did it? Who did it? Who did it?" But he wasn't messing with you.
I told him I did it.
Oh yeah. Gerry said, "I did it.
Was that what?
Yeah.
I was tired of hearing. I was tired of hearing the bitching. I said, "Okay, all right, Michael, I did it." So what
was that? Okay. But I remember he looked at you and he thought about it for a second, and then he was like, "Nope, I'm not messing with you."
And if you remember, Undertaker was the one that grabbed Michael and got him outside and had to talk with him, and
Yeah.
So let me give you a little addendum to it. The story has come out who did it. I'm not going to say it. Everybody knows who did it.
Everybody knows who did it, right? Knows who did it.
So about 2 or 3 years ago, I'm sitting there with Michael at a TV hotel having a drink, and he goes, "I know you cut my hair." And I said, "What are you talking about, Michael?" Yeah. Seriously. And he goes, "I know you're the one that cut my hair." And I said, "Michael, I swear to you, I didn't do it. That's not a rib that I pull." I said, I didn't do that. And he goes, "I was told by somebody who saw you do it that you."
Oh my God.
And I said, "Michael, I promise, I love you." He goes, "Well, you owed me for the rib I pulled on you in Texas." He got me with the good rib. I thought it was actually kind of funny, but he said, "You owed me." And I said, "Michael, I did not do it." He goes, "Who did it?" I go, "I can't tell you." No,
he still doesn't know.
No, he does now. After the documentary came out on,
I was like, it's the most. Like everybody knows.
Everybody knows. I thought.
Well, the kid admitted to it. Whoever the kid.
Yeah. The person that did it has admitted to it. Yeah.
You remember that when they hung
the
it
documentary? I went up to him. I go, "Michael, I told you," and he goes, "You're right. All right."
And hey, speaking of ribs, you pulled that first class thing on me. Do you remember that?
No, I might if you tell me.
So I had been there a couple of months, but they were sending guys after the TV loop. They'd send us to Ohio for and work with the OVW guys.
Oh, VW, yeah.
Yeah.
And at the time, the OVW guys was like Brock and Cena and Batista and the Haas boys and
Yeah, pretty
Shelton
good
Benjamin.
crew.
Yeah, right. But they were the Greenpeace and all. But they'd send like 6, 8 of us out there, and they sent me out. I think I was with Jerry Lynn, you and Ron were there, and all that. And you know, remember the day Howard would just hand you your ticket. Here you go. There's your ticket. There's your ticket. Everybody got first class tickets, and the thing of Ron Simmons didn't have a first class ticket, and it's Spike, what are you doing sitting in first class? Yeah, first black world champion, 4-time all collegiate, and there you are in first class. He's sitting in the back. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Now, I know you pulled it on another ECW guy, and the results weren't the same, but I don't know if you remember what happened with it. So the first thing I did was as soon as you started in on me, I was like, oh shit, here we go. I know I'm getting set up. And it was a test to me. It's like to me, it was great because it was what's that?
It wasn't really a test. It was just a rib. We were bored. And so whenever the first class seat, we would always say that, oh, so and so is in the back and you're up here. What? Okay.
Yeah. Right.
You know,
that
was the oldest rib we had.
Right. And so I went back and I begged Ron to take my seat. And he was like, oh no, I got my 3 seats. I'm laid out here. I'm fine.
That's the best part of the rib, because when you go back and the guy never takes the ticket.
And I begged him. I was like, Ron, if you don't, I'm going to get wailed on. Come on, man. Just take the first class seat. It's like, I'm fine. Really. It's okay. Tell him I'm okay. Fine, whatever. I went back, and for the hour-and-a-half flight, I'm hearing JBL in my ear. I'm going, shit, I'm going to die. I'm going to get whatever. And I was driving with Jerry Lynn, and so we landed. We got the rental car, and I was like, Jerry, I got to get to a liquor store. Why? I got to get a bottle of Jack and a case of beer. And I showed up at the Ohio show with my gifts for Ron, and then I never heard a thing about it again. It was like, it was all over.
That's great. That is great.
But I appreciated it, because to me, like you said, a rib, okay, it's fine, but at least I'm being ribbed. At least I was there. And so you can either cry about it or you can do the right thing. And
the thing about it was, if no one liked you, Jerry will attest to this, no one would rib you.
No.
They would completely ignore you. They just ignore you. If you got ribbed, it's because you were liked.
Yeah, I said, to me, I took it as a source of pride. When I showed up with a bottle of Jack and the beer, everybody was happy, and life went on.